Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. In this episode, I want to demonstrate to you this new tool called Feather 3D. It's a web app that works on your tablet device. It could be your iPad or could be your Android tablet. It could be also maybe Wacom tablet. So the idea is to be able to draw 3D using the screen of your tablet. And there's a few similar apps like Graffiti Sketch, maybe even like Grease Pencil. So the idea is really drawing strokes on a plane like a reference. So as being demonstrated here, you draw like a reference plane and then you quickly draw like a stroke and yeah, on top of the plane. So you can take a look at the video. If we are using Blender, I'm gonna show you quickly. So in Blender, it's almost like if we are using Grease Pencil and you go to draw mode and you are drawing on the plane, just like this. If I delete everything, for example, delete all the points, before we draw the stroke, what we do inside Feather 3D is basically, let's say we are working in the x-axis. If I delete this line and I draw maybe that kind of reference plane, after we draw that, I'm using a curve and geometry nodes to create this extruded line. Okay, and if we switch to draw mode, we have this ability to just paint on this reference plane, maybe create like a mirror. So with taking these ideas, if we get rid of the reference plane, you can see it's like in 3D. So if you're using the same idea and using Feather 3D, it's gonna be a lot simpler. So I'm gonna demonstrate to you anyway. So this is one of my creations earlier this morning. I've been using this app for a few days. It's currently version 1. You can see you can go to different axes. This is the sketches with some scribbles to colorize the area. Let me show you how I created this from scratch. So maybe I can go full screen here. Oh, actually this is the result after I export it. We can actually bring this to Blender. Yeah, you can see the 3D, and I will show you the process on how I created this car. So let's get started. I'm still kind of learning this tool. So you're presented with these 3D scenes when you start. So the idea is you go to an axis. For example, you go, if you use one finger, you rotate around and tumble. If you use two fingers, you zoom in and zoom out. If you double tap, you go to certain axis. And if we want to create the car, we can actually go to the side view and start drawing kind of the shape of the car. On the left there, you have this control for the stroke. I can make the radius a bit bigger, and I want to draw like a basic car shape. But okay, I'm doing this wrong. Currently I'm doing the reference, right? It's this is not what you want. I will look at the bottom there. There's like an X. You can tap and get rid of it. What I will do, I go to the front view. First I will draw like a line in the middle. Okay, now I go to the side view, and now actually I'm using the stroke and draw the car shape, the profile of the car that we want to create. Could be like, what is this, like a truck or like a race car? Can be whatever you like. You can have, okay, it's gonna have 2 wheels, 4 wheels, but from the side view profile, it's gonna be like 2. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just draw your basic cars. So you have the profile. Okay, cool. we can go to other view. Let's see here. I'll make it full screen. Oh, actually, maybe, yeah, just leave it like that. If you look at the bottom, there's an X. I will get rid of the reference plane. Okay, I'm gonna go to the front view here. Or actually, I will use the selection tool. We haven't used the selection tool. On the top right, the middle one, there's a selection tool. So we can select the stroke like that, kind of paint it on the stroke, and then you go to the front view, and we can move it to the side, because this is profile for the car, right? And we can mirror, we can duplicate, and we can mirror. Yeah, what I did was just mirroring. Maybe I should mirror it from the top view, and then, oh, anyway, just move it to the side. Anyhow, you got the idea. So we have two profiles for the car, and we want to continue drawing the details. So I'm gonna switch back to the side view. And yeah, it's kind of, there's like a ghosting happening. That's okay, doesn't need to be perfect. We go to the side view, and I will draw like a plane now. This is gonna be the reference for our car, so we can continue adding details. Okay, we got the reference happening. Gonna keep going and draw the details for the car. So it's like we can think of what we are doing with the stroke is like drawing the sketch or the wireframe for our car. If this is like a Pixar car, we can draw an eye over there. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We can activate this mirroring, so it's easier for us. Maybe we can have like a plate number here. Yeah, currently it's like a wireframe, but maybe you want to start adding some scribbling some strokes to kind of like fill out the in the space. You know, you want to have like a solid texture. You know, it's just the eyes. Should have kept it simple. Yeah, anyway, yep. And let's see, I can also use this color, make the stroke bigger, fill up that area. Takes sometimes to get used to these ideas, but once you understand, it's pretty easy, and it's actually really fun. I haven't used tools like Graffiti Sketch in VR. I think I want to have like a VR tools one day, but working in 2D like on a tablet can be kind of relaxing as well. I don't know how to explain it. Of course, if this is like a real 3D, maybe it feels more natural as well in some ways. I will definitely use VR tool at some point. So you can see the stroke there is a little bit wrong, so we can try to erase that, get rid of the mirroring. So I'm erasing that stroke because we don't like that, and I will enable the mirror and continue. Yep, okay, this works pretty well. So this is like a truck. we have this area. Oops. So far I've been using this tool and it seems pretty stable. I never really experienced crashing. Hopefully I don't experience crashing today, but so far so good. So this is the part for the back of the truck, or like a race car truck. I don't know what it is. Yeah, this is the light plate number. I don't know, maybe can be a little bit creative there. It's like drawing the tribal tattoo or something. Okay, we got something going on. Okay, right? I don't know, just add a bit of detail, so it's just fill up the gap so it feels more 3D. Colorize that area. Yeah, that's maybe too much. Okay, so far so good. Get rid of the plane. We got the 3Dness happening. Maybe I should draw the window on the side, the wheels, and the bottom part. I haven't done anything there. Go to side view. Let's say I want to add some details to the side view. Now I can just draw like a reference plane like that. Okay, now we are good. Back to the stroke. Maybe add some details, like a tribal kind of design, or like a fire. Okay, fire. Okay, this car is mostly like green. Just painting. When you're doing the sketch, tapping is better than like a long straight, like a long strokes. So I tap to get the same size of brush. Remember the like a fire design, so I will do that. Okay, just back to this stroke and kind of refine these ideas. Yeah, I forgot to draw the wheels. No, I'll draw the wheels. Doesn't need to be perfect. This is just a sketch. You can perfect this later when you export this out to Blender and work on that. I don't just different color for the wheels. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just gonna quickly sketch out the ideas. And maybe this part on the top, I don't know what is it, like antenna. Now I want to draw the wing, for example. There's a layer tool there. I haven't used that, but get rid of the reference. I will draw the wings. Like that. Go to the top, go to other view and maybe use the black color. Kind of like a Ghibli type of wings. It could be the ears for the character. Well, let's simplify that idea. Go to the top view. Okay, simple wing. Give it a green color. some detailing. Okay, cool. Okay, get rid of the reference plane. We get ourselves like a Pixar looking car. Okay, the bottom part is empty, but I think this is okay. It's getting there. What else I haven't talked about? Maybe if we want to add details, okay, like if I go to the front view and I draw like a reference plane like that, you can see on the under the pencil tool on the top right, there's that thing. If you tap on it, you can actually bend the reference plane. It's hard to explain, but that reference plane can be bended. I mean, let me try doing that again. You can bend it using the second stroke. Yeah, it's very hard to explain. Maybe go to the top view and draw a shape, and then use that tools and bend it, right? So we have like this ear kind of shapes, I don't know, and we can use color like red or pink, like a squiggle. I don't know what this is exactly. But after I do that, I get rid of the reference plane. And I use selection tool. And on the bottom right, you have this controller that you can use to rotate and scale your selected stroke. So this is for the character's hair, maybe. Just some additional decorations. I don't know what this is. But now we have our character like a crazy looking car. If we ever need to add details, for example, the window is probably missing. We want to make that more solid. You just go to the front view, for example, draw selection and add a stroke. Just for the window, maybe it's a little bit dirty. Okay. For example, the back view is missing some details, right? Draw a stroke just for the back areas and just paint some details. It's just another way, another tool to help you to realize your design, to realize your ideas or imaginations, you know. Okay, get rid of the reference. Now we have something that's more or less like a solid 3D. Once you're done, once you're happy with this, you can tap and export. Okay, export to maybe to my Mac. File is like Targa. Yeah, all right. It has the color and everything, which is pretty cool. If we jump to Blender now, new, okay, save, file, import, obj, 41 megabyte. Okay, this is the color and the strokes. Every stroke is there. We can import another one. File, import obj. This is what I created earlier. So now you can kind of play around with this. You can use this sketch to actually make like the 3D versions. So that's the idea. You can join this, Command J, so it's become a single object. Oh, I missed that part. For this demo, I just gonna select everything, join. You can now remesh, for example, if you want to. This is very heavy, but you can always remesh if you remesh, you're gonna lose everything, however, so be careful. Make it a single object, or you can use this as a reference just to make it into 3D. It's like a CAD, but I quite like the quality of the sketch as well. So add some light. If you want to render this out, yeah. But we are not finished here. Like, for example, if you like a certain design, this is a sketch, right? It's 3D, it's a sketch. You can, because it's like a concept design, you can render this out as well. You can actually bring this into AI, maybe, and produce a render. I haven't tested out. Let's say you have this design. It's a car with wings or whatever. Wing car. Let's call it wing car. Take a screenshot. This is probably maybe like just a quick ideas. I don't know. You can actually keep this as well. But if you bring this to Playground AI, for example, use that image, this car, and just use stable diffusions, car with wings. Just ask AI to reimagine this. Maybe it's Pixar car with wings, you know. You get some design. I like this tool a lot. This AI things, even though it's limited, but really you can have like unlimited ideas by playing around with this car with eyes and wings. Right? It's not real design. It's just still like a concept. But you're starting to kind of get the ideas. Okay, so yeah, from that design that we created earlier, okay, using Feather 3D, we end up with this cool design. So this is quick introductions to Feather 3D. Currently it's version 1. I think a lot of people will use this. Give it a try yourself and have some fun, you know, like try to create whatever you feel like. If you can imagine it like the profile, and then, you know, think of it like sketching in 3D but 2D, but you just work with plane reference, and then you draw from the top view, side views, move the plane around, bend the plane, reference plane, and just follow your kind of instinct, you know. Easiest way to try is to create like maybe like a chair or a car or a boat, or in this case I also created this crazy if it's like a house, Yeah, this one. I don't know. I will try to use this tool a couple of times, maybe create more design and make a video about it. Hopefully you find this interesting and useful as usual, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.